Wow, I am Logan. Today, there's a lot to talk about. The movie has not come out yet. Well, the quote-unquote movie. It's the three-part series. It's so weird because I feel like really realistically nothing has happened. However, I have so many things to say and to talk about that I think are so interesting, and I genuinely don't know where to start because there's just so much on my mind. So it might be a little messy. I want to start by saying that I think the fandom of Escape the Night is so unique and so interesting. There's really not that many Escape the Night fans, realistically. Like, there's people who like know about it vaguely, and there's people who have watched it and liked it previously. But ever since like season 4 came out, there's been this like ongoing fandom of people that have been consistently like around. And even though there's not really a lot of content to go off of, like they're still invested, and like anytime anything vaguely Escape the Night related comes out, oh, we're all over it. And I think that's so incredible. I saw a few TikToks and like tweets or whatever that are like, oh my god, did you guys know Escape the Night was coming back? I saw one that said, guys, I miss Escape the Night. Where is it? Oh my god, where have you been? Get shot in the head, get shot in the head. Because we've been here. We've been knowing what's up. What's specifically interesting is that there is a lot of like very like obscure Escape the Night facts, like that have to do with behind the scenes of things, and like little like minor details Joey has dropped in these kind of obscure places over a long course of time, but we all know all of them, and I just think that's very cool and not something that you see for something that's bigger. And so I don't know, it just feels like this community all knows each other and just is very into it, and I really think that's awesome. Before I start talking about the cast and everything, I just want to say, if your name right now is Joey Graceffa, hello. I want to let you know I have a very complicated relationship with you. Last YouTube video I made, you commented yikes, and that scar has been deeply ingrained on my everyday life. I've been crying about it, everything since then. I am gonna criticize this movie. I keep saying the movie because it's been like 2 years that we've been thinking it's a movie, and it's when this comes out, when this mini series comes out, I'm going to be absolutely criticizing it. But that's only because I really care about Escape the Night as a franchise. Like on my YouTube channel, there's Escape the Night, and then there's just like Minecraft videos that I'm making because I don't care about other pieces of media. So it's really a compliment to you and to the series as a whole that I'm obsessed with it enough to like criticize it. So anyway, don't be upset that I like am caring about it. I think that's annoying. Especially since that was just the video saying that the Minecraft Escape the Night was really like not handled well. And I still agree with that a lot. So I made my own Minecraft Escape the Night. A year or something after that, I went back and I made a live stream, and I was like commentating on it, and I was saying, oh, like this is my commentary on what was happening here. Here's some behind the scenes of it, but also here's like my commentary on the character interactions. And I don't think you could do that to your Escape the Night Minecraft because you don't have any character dynamics going on. Everyone just showed up and hung out, but it wasn't like, and nobody had anything literally interesting going on at all. And there just really, truly wasn't heart in that, and it was made to promote the funding for the movie. And so that wasn't something, especially for something the fandom has wanted for such a long time, for you to handle it with not... I'm talking to you directly because I know you watch my videos. Joey Graceffa, you're my second biggest fan, number 2 to only to Alex. Um, you didn't handle it with care, and it's something that the community has been asking for such a long time. And to just really, I don't think right now you could tell me the death order of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you could tell me who died first or anything. It was good. Like, it was, the production quality was very good on that. It was way better than mine, obviously, but you have money. Like, you have also have resources to all these incredible YouTubers and stuff, and resources to like have the mods set up for you and stuff. And I think there was some custom mods in that series, and for you to not fully take advantage of that and to not fully like optimize it to be the incredible series that it really could have been is just upsetting, because it ultimately just is like, oh, I need funding for this quote-unquote movie. But anyway, I digress. Actually, kind of related to the funding thing, I will get to this cast eventually, but there's a lot of things, I kind of wanted to go in some sort of chronological order here of all of the 10 things that I have had to say. I think I still stand by a lot of what I said for like the GoFundMe, Indiegogo, whatever thing. I think that was so dumb, and I really think he had hyped it up. It was pretty much to the effect of, he was posting all this stuff on the Instagram that was like, Escape the Night's coming back! And you saw scenes, you saw things that were like, this is I'm looking physically at things. So, oh my god, Escape the Night Season 5, whatever, has been filmed, and we're about to get it. But that wasn't the truth. And really, that whole thing was just one little scene for the, oh, come fund my movie. And you just hyped up this fandom so bad, and you were like really bringing us all to life just for it to be like, but it actually doesn't exist, and you need to find it. So fine, whatever. This is the annoying part. You say, we are going to get this out by Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle. Merry Christmas to all. It's all a good night. That was last year. It's been count them, 1, 2 years since this movie came out, and that's so frustrating. And there was a lot of like promises made to the people who were funding this movie that I don't think you can uphold or will uphold. You also said that if you buy a certain tier, you can be in it. I'm not sure that happened. I don't have proof that didn't happen. Maybe it did, but I've not heard that that's happened. People aren't going to be able to like receive a physical version of this, I don't think. And also like there's people, let me look this up. I've heard a lot of concern online for, oh, well, can I watch this on Tubi? I'm in the UK. Is this available in the UK? I just looked it up and it kind of looks like you can, so I'm really hoping you can. If there's a country, just ever, that you can't watch this movie on Tubi, but you paid to help support the movie, that's ridiculous and that shouldn't happen. So I really hope that that is not a situation, and I hope that's something that has been accounted for. But anyway, I just think the biggest deal really is because I knew this. I wish I would have said it in a video. I don't think I did. When they were like, we're gonna get this done in less than a year, I knew that that wasn't gonna happen. You can't just do that in less than a year. You have to cast it, film it, and edit it. On the page it said, we're confident we can get this done by Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh my god, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. It just like breaks a lot of trust between the creator and the community, right? Another thing that is kind of in that similar vein is that, and this isn't a serious, but it's whatever. There came out this poster of Joey, and it said, "Oh, well, here we go. It's all filmed and ready to go." And so then next to it is all of these ciphers, these codes. Who is that guest? And so you have to like put it together. So each number correlates to a letter in the alphabet. And so then you get all of the letters in the alphabet and you have to unscramble them and it tells you the guest. Problem being that it's not one to one. And so there's like literally leftover numbers or leftover letters that just aren't in the people's names. It's messy and feels kind of gross for you being the puzzle show ever. And so anyway, we all as a community, I tried to solve some of them. I kind of gave up halfway through because I was getting the same answers everyone else in the comments was getting. But we got Rosanna, we got Tana, we got Nikita, and Jojo Siwa. And so Jojo Siwa is the only person that we didn't already know was in the movie. And so now the cast was out, and presumably Jojo Siwa, this is only 2 hours after this, the Jojo Siwa posters come out, is the last person in the cast. Because every day, here we go under the story, they would post this and they would say, okay, well, tomorrow there's going to be another cast reveal. And so we didn't get that today, meaning that this is probably the full cast. Joey kept hinting about there's these, oh, well, we don't want to spoil the cast. We need to be protective of the cast. And there's some surprise people. We knew all of these people except for Jojo Siwa. And I will just say the community is not, why would you do this to us? I didn't mean to like that. Why would you do this to us? The community is not excited about Jojo Siwa being here. Look at this guy, he's saying, no, no, no Jojo Siwa, no Jojo Siwa. And there's some people, Siwa Nation specifically, she's very excited. And for me, I don't dislike okay, I have to point this out. This is ridiculous, and I really hate that this is in the Escape the Night canon. This image that I like, what am I look anyway? I think it's interesting. The internet loves to like talk about the pendulum of their relationship with Jojo Siwa, and it keeps swinging back and forth. Do we like her? Do we not like her? But where I've landed personally, and where I've been, is that I've never in my life have disliked Jojo Siwa because she didn't really do anything. Like she can be cringe. You talk about karma's a bitch. I should have known that. Okay, fine. Like I don't care. Like she wanted to make an edgy song. She didn't actually make it. It was drama. But like whatever. That's not enough to like dislike someone. That's so lame. But then she goes on live television and cheats on her they them, I think. Her they them. It is like secretly becoming straight. Like it's so weird. To do it on live television. You're cheating on your they them. Are you kidding me? That is so lame. I can't get behind that. I can't get behind Jojo Siwa at this point. And it kind of like leads to this cast as a whole. Like this cast is kind of weird. And so I have kind of personal beef with all of them. I really okay. Let's go in order, shall we? Rosanna Pansino in the show, best character maybe. I mean, my favorite's Matt, but I would also like to say I'm so glad that Matt Pat isn't in this movie. Can we talk about that? Is that okay? He could have died. Like if he was in this movie, Nikita's in this movie, and it does seem like her life is on the line, and she's able to die. Which is, if I was her, I'm not signing that up. Girl, I lived. I escaped the night. Oh, you're not coming to me. You're not getting me back. You're not getting me back. I'm not dying. So Matt's not coming back. He's confirmed alive forever and ever. Thank Jesus himself. But Ro, she needed her third time's a charm situation. Good for her. But her whole thing with Mr. Beast has always felt very weird to me. I kind of knew Ro first from Escape the Night, and so it was the very weird dichotomy between seeing her be all a very much a character, very much an act of like, oh, I'm the cinnamon roll. I'm very sweet. I'm a little stupid though. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here for the vibes and I'm sweet. But then she goes on Twitter and she's like, I hate Mr. Beast. And she makes it her life actually mission to bring him down. If she had a gun, she would shoot him in the head. It's like ridiculous. And I don't think like Mr. Beast is the best person ever. I'm not a Mr. Beast defender, but I'm also like, Ro, maybe calm down. Like, and I wouldn't be even against this at all if it wasn't the persona that she's projecting into the world as I'm so sweet and I'm a little dumb. It's like, that's okay. She's gonna be great and I'm gonna love her. Talk about how ridiculous this is as a plot at this point for Tana and for Ro when they are revived. The amount of times that these people are dying and coming back to life is ridiculous. And so both Ro and Tana have both died twice and have also both been revived twice. But if we were to take this to an extreme, and we were to say that Matt was in this movie, or you could flip it and you could say that Rosanna died in Escape the Night season 3 and then was revived in Matt's place. Could have then died in season 3 again, and then she could have been revived in season 4, and then she could have died in season 4, then she could have been revived again in season 4, and then she could have died, and then she could have been revived in this movie, and if there's a revival in this movie, she could have died again, and then been revived again! Oh my god, how many times is that? I feel like I've just talked for a year of my life straight. So, just the revival thing over and over again, it's like, oh my god, bro, how many chances can you get before you're just dead? And I'm very pro, like, her specifically living. I do feel like she deserves to live. You have to do it in some sort of clean manner in the plot to where it just doesn't feel messy. Nikita, this is insane. When she killed Colleen Ballinger, cheated, knocked over the tower, oh, I hated her. She did so good in season 3. Then that really made me hate her forever. But oh my god, she looks good. She looks so insanely good. Look at her. I'm sure she's gonna girl boss, but she might annoy me. I'm not sure. We'll see. Cause sometimes she like does too much girl boss, where she's like, it's just like you're just being rude at this point. So we'll see how it goes. Also, I want to say, glam rocker Nikita, the glam rocker, like from FNAF. She looks like glam rock Chica. Thank you. Manny, I've never really had an opinion on Manny. He's back. Tana, I've never really had an opinion on Tana, but she's back. So I'm listening right now to Not Loveline, which is her podcast with Trisha Paytas, and they're giving all these girls are calling in, and they're like, oh, this about my boyfriend, whatever. And then what I just think is interesting, like I feel like what I've learned about her and also Trisha is like they've really both grown a lot as people. They used to be in their messy era and have all this drama online, but now they're like in their peace era, and it's like, oh, and like now we can sit back and we can tell you and teach you from our life lessons that we've learned, and I think that's so great, and I'm so happy for them. However, there's an overarching kind of evil thing going on where every time a woman calls in, they're like, you should kill your boyfriend. I hate your boyfriend. Oh, I'd break up with him. But if anytime the role is reversed and it's a girl that is the problem, they're like, okay, like you ate that down, diva. Like, oh my god, you should have run him over with your car. I love that for you. So they're very like hypocritical in this way, but I know that they're both very receptive to criticism, and that is like kind of the silver lining is like I think anyone can have any problem as long as they're like willing to change. Then like I really don't feel like it's the end of the world. But anyway, that's just a side tangent I wanted to talk about. People love her. I'm just kind of indifferent about her as far as Escape the Night goes. There's way more to say about this cast as a whole and not just individually. But I wanted to talk about like the trust. I talked about this briefly earlier. The trust between Escape the Night as a franchise and its community, and how much I think that's been broken. Because when you say, oh, Escape the Night's back, here it is, and oh, a turn of the key on Pandora's box opens it up, and the octopus comes out, Everyone's freaking out, and so you have them thinking it's coming back. Okay, fine. It was a GoFundMe. We tricked you all. And then here we go again. Oh, solve the cast, figure out who it is, and then actually you can't really solve it because there's some extra letters. We did it anyway, but it's like that's not good puzzle solving. That's not as serious. But the other thing, on their Twitter, when this was all going down, they had this gay twink on there being like saying just rude things to people. So this person put out a fan cast, and then this person replies, "You know damn well you can't afford them," and you know you can't live in your pants. And then Markiplier would be so amazing. He's so fun to me. I don't care. You are Escape the Night. You're on the Escape the Night Twitter. This isn't cute. This isn't like quirky. You're annoying. You are very annoying. Focus on getting off your shared family plan, hon. No, you are a franchise. You shouldn't be tweeting this. Who I know that there's no way this was Joey. It really could have been. He could have been like, "Oh, well, here's my chance," but I don't think that's true. Whoever this is, I really hope was fired. Never works at any sort of media team ever again because this is ridiculous. I just feel like I don't trust Escape the Night to do what it needs to do at this point. So, all of that saying is that the point of all of this is that I think what makes Escape the Night fundamentally is the fact that it is all improvised. The deaths aren't scripted. Whoever wins wins, and that's very important to the show. And so in the Indiegogo, they said that it's going to be all scripted this time. And so fine. I don't think that's the heart of the show. I don't think that's what it's made for. But then now in the comments of their Instagram, they're saying it's not going to be scripted. But I don't trust you. And so even when this movie comes out, I'm not going to really fully believe that whoever dies actually died and actually deserved to die because I've lost trust for your word at this point. Does that make sense? And also let me know, is that fair? I don't know. Now for the plot of this whole thing, because I really think this plot's gonna be a mess. Would love for it not to be. I don't want to be negative, but I'm also just very productive over this IP. You know, it's very important to me, genuinely. The characters that we have are very strange as far as their relation to each other. If it was like a lot of the people from season 4 came back again, then fine. It's like maybe you can make that work. But how come we have Rosanna and Tana from season 4? They both have died now twice. And then now we also have Manny. And so Manny died once. His body's still in Everlock. And we also have a survivor from season 3. And so it's like there's no real connection between this cast that is going to make it feel solid for them to come back. I don't think there's a way to do this where they come back and they're all together and it makes entire sense. And then not to mention, obviously, JoJo is just this random person coming in at now. If she lives, because how many survivors do we think we're gonna get? I think we might get 2. I think might get Joey and somebody else. Oh my god, Joey, though. It is really time to die. You could do some sort of self-sacrificial situation. I think it's really appropriate at this point. Especially for Ro. If that happens with Ro, glory days. But if Joey lives, I think there will be one other winner. If it's JoJo, the world will be mad, but that doesn't mean you should script it. You definitely shouldn't script it. If JoJo does live, I guess that's just the world we have to live in. But we don't have anyone from season 1. We have 1 person from season 2 and 3 people from season 3. It doesn't make sense. There's not going to be a way where you can explain this away to have this cast of characters make sense. And am I kind of excited to see these people again? Yeah, like they're all very iconic for Escape the Night. Something that is very prevalent in the ongoing conversation around Escape the Night is the distinction between the Girl Scouts and the Mean Girls, or the Boy Scouts and the Mean Girls. And all of this cast is Mean Girls, and then there's Ro. And so it's like, how do we have Tana, Manny, and Nikita? That's half the cast are Mean Girls, but then the other half is Joey and JoJo, who I don't know really where they are. Joey just kind of goes wherever he's needed. JoJo, we're not sure where she's gonna go, but she's probably gonna join the Mean Girls, and then there's gonna be poor little innocent Ro all alone, and it's gonna feel weird. It's like there's not enough balance, and there's also not enough balance. There's only 2 boys in this cast, and there's 4 girls. So it's also something that when it was officially like casted by YouTube, they really had made sure there was a lot of diversity. And so for obviously what I was just talking about, personality wise, they had diversity. They had gender diversity, but they also had racial diversity. Not to like make it a thing, because I don't really think it's a thing, but it's just part of the conversation right now. So here's a picture of Tana, and she's at home. She has a call. She's calling somebody, and she has the freaking Society Against Evil logo. And you've seen on Manny's Instagram, there was a whole scene, and he was at his apartment or whatever. Somebody comes to the door and is like, "Hey, girl," and then he closes the door in her face. How are Tana and Manny and presumably Ro, they're alive? They're just in their apartments hanging out. That goes against everything that we've known about this series. And I've heard conversation online about when the soul jar was released, their souls came out and they just went back to their bodies, and then they just got up and went home. So that's not what that meant. We all knew that that's not what that meant. Um, I hope the movie doesn't try to gaslight us and do like changing the narrative on that to where, oh well, it's always been that way. It's always been that they just everyone got revived. No, it hasn't. Let's be real. And another thing that I think is important, and I talked about this in my like first Escape the Night video, and I really love to emphasize this because I think this is very important for the overall story of Escape the Night. A collector ate some of the souls. When she was hungry, she just grabbed a little bite and she said, "Oh, I think I'll just go." Nom, nom, nom.
What have you done with my friends?
There was enough room in my collection to hold them all. But I do enjoy feasting on souls when I'm hungry.
So a random chunk of the Escape the Night cast is just eaten by the collector. And I made a joke in the first one that, oh, well, now they're in a sewer, in some random sewer, and you're telling me, like, Jesse Wellens can be in a sewer? I mean, no, it probably wasn't like that. It was probably, like, some magic thing, and she's, like, using them for power, for energy, whatever. But now, realistically, what I think is the actual truth, even though I don't think that this is something that Escape the Night has planned for or thought out, their souls are, like, trapped in the stone with the collector now that she's, like, solid. And so these random people that she's eating are now, like, solid inside of the collector, inside of her stone. It's a problem. It's a problem. It'll be similar to a lot of sequels of like any Disney movie. The movie itself, taken away from the context of the overall franchise, will be a good movie. I do think this will be of quality. I think it will be good. And we've all seen the like little videos of footage, just the slightest things where we don't even have audio, and that is like good camera quality. It like looks professional and good for it being low budget. And we have a good cast here. Like these people are going to be able to make something fun and something that we all want to watch. But in the large scheme of the franchise, I think it will be bad. I do think that this series is going to be a bad ending to the 4 seasons that we've all been hanging on to for this really long time. But who am I to say? You know, it's not out. I don't know. That's just kind of my prediction. Hopefully it's good in both ways. Hopefully we will get a satisfactory ending to this overall series. For Escape the Night, there's always been, at least for me, an elephant in the room with Colleen Ballinger. Because Joey, I don't think, has made a statement on Colleen. I know JoJo is very pro Colleen Ballinger. And the rest of them, I don't think, like her. So how are we all working together? How is this happening when you have people who hate her and people who are like, I'm her best friend? And especially when it has to do with the brand of Escape the Night, it's like this is kind of a relevant thing. So I'm just not sure if that came up. Like that's kind of really interesting to me. With that being said, praise the Lord that MatPat's alive. I guess I want Ro to live. I don't feel like I can do a prediction. I feel like every time you get a cast reveal, the instinct is to let's make a death prediction, whatever. I just, like I said earlier, don't have enough trust that this isn't any form of scripted. I mean, I don't know. We won't know until it's over, and maybe even then we won't know. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I think it's all very interesting because this is like my lifelong obsession. And if you're enjoying your stuff, be nice to me. And that's that. Bye.
That you're insane, and I think you need to prepare yourself for
I
mentally
am
being
prepared.
in
I
100
am.
more challenges where your life is going to be at stake. You just seem
I
like you're just
am.
going to float
I am.
around just